Basketball, the second most viewed sport in America. Today I will be talking to you about where basketball came from and just the basic fundamentals and rules to the game. So, growing up, I was a big basketball enthusiast. I would come home from school and watch Laker games. Being a big fan, I grew fond of the sport, and it was really all I was into watching when I was back in high school and junior high. Um, but it surprises me how very little people actually know about where basketball comes from and the basic rules. So to start off, basketball was created back in 1891 by Dr. James Naismith. Now, Dr. James Naismith was a physical education instructor in Springfield, Massachusetts, and he had a real big problem with the weather. We all know how the Northeast gets, and it's always snowing and raining during the winter and spring months. So he wanted to bring a sport that was both good for hand and eye coordination and good footwork, and promoted good footwork, just like American football, soccer, and sports like rugby. So he accomplished that. He brought the students inside and was able to accomplish the same thing that you do with outdoor sports inside, and could get out of the bad weather. The rules that I will be talking to you about are by the National Basketball Association. The reason why I'm talking about these specific rules is because most people will watch NBA games than any other type of basketball. So I'll bring you up to a little bit of familiarity with this game, with those rules, I mean. So to start off, the court has to be at 94 feet long and 50 feet wide. The hoop has to be 10 feet from the ground. And that's the basic layout of every single basketball court in the NBA. Also, getting into the rules of the game, everyone is pretty familiar with the objective. The objective is to get the ball inside of the hoop. The time allotted in a basketball game in the NBA is 48 minutes. Now, the 48 minutes are actually broken down into 4 quarters, each quarter being 12 minutes long. Also, both teams are allotted 6 timeouts, which are each 100 seconds long. That rule actually changes though once you get into the fourth quarter and you have only 2 minutes left in the game. If you, for example, say if you have 3 timeouts left in the fourth quarter and there's only 2 minutes left in the game, one of those timeouts will be brought down to a 20-second timeout. So this actually promotes teams to utilize their timeouts accordingly. Also, there's 5 players allowed to be on the court. So each team has 5 players, and each player plays a different position. You have the point guard, the shooting guard, a small forward, the other forward, and the center. And each one has a specific job that they have to do to win the basketball game. Another basic fundamental of basketball that we should all be very familiar with is the dribbling portion of it. So when you dribble the ball, you can only dribble it with one hand, but you can alternate between both hands. Say if you stop, you have to plant your foot you have to plant one of your feet, which is called the pivot foot, and you can't move that foot. You can only move the other foot in order to take the defender put the defender at a disadvantage. And if you have no more room, and you either have to shoot the ball or pass the ball to another teammate. Also, in the NBA, they only have 24 seconds to shoot the ball. Basically, this rule was made so that they can promote a fast-paced moving game to make it more entertaining for the eye of the viewers. And also, every player is allowed to have 5 fouls in a game before they're ejected from the game. So there's two types of fouls. There's your basic foul and there's your technical fouls. Technical fouls are more for more personal. Say if you talk back to a ref or something like that, you're only allowed to have two of those. So technical fouls are really bad. So you don't want to have more than two, or else you'll also get ejected from the game and even fined. But to summarize this whole thing, I hope that you all enjoyed just the basics on basketball. Hopefully this promotes you all watching more basketball games. The NBA is a really, really exciting league to watch when it comes to just the fast pace of this, the excitingness, and also all the drama that happens around the NBA. It's a really great source of entertainment. And again, I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you, and until next time.